Hello and welcome. I'm Angela Bloha, and this is your cosmic energy forecast for the week of April 27th. Wow, this year is just flying by. All right, so what do we have in the cosmic energies this week? Well, we have just entered the twilight zone. Not even joking. So from now until October, we have shifted directions where confusion and problems will be the mainstay. Like they will be the issues. So we have several months here where we are feeling confused, where we have lots of different kinds of problems, where there's probably going to be clashes in the world and in our lives. So how do we rein that in, right? Like, how do we use this energy for our betterment? So instead of taking the downward shift, it could be seen as a downward shift. It could be seen as an upward shift, right? It really depends on how we use it. But most of the mass consciousness will probably go into the abyss with this. So let's see how we, the enlightened ones, can use these energies to gain some direction and happiness in our lives. This honestly is optimal energy. Here's how we can optimize this kind of energy. We can do self-research and see what in our lives needs to change. Instead of going into the problems of who we are, like the whole downward spiral of that could lead me especially into some weird, crazy paradigm that I don't want to be in. Instead, I want to see the real deal. Like, look at the real me, right? Like, I know I have to change. I've been in this stagnant kind of energy for about a month now, and I know that I have to change. This is self-research. This is where the energy is like holding me tight, saying, okay, this is the area you got to change, or areas that you have to change. We have to see the truth, but seeing the truth has to be a revolving door. Right? Like last week I said, the truth is only in the present moment. Once that moment is gone, it becomes the past. That's true. So we have to have this revolving door of truth coming in all the time, all the time, all the time. If you hang on to the door, what's going to happen? That just a terrible vision just flashed in my mind, right? Because what happens if we hang on to that revolving door? Sooner or later, we're going to get hurt. So reassessing should be the number one thing that we do right now. Like, this is how we use this kind of energy. We reassess, constantly reassessing. Okay, well, today's working. Tomorrow shows up and it's not working. Okay, what do I need to reassess? Stop hanging on to the old is literally what's happening here. We cannot move forward and evolve if we are continuously spinning around in that revolving door. That's not how it works. We will be damaged if we hang on. Like, that needs to be a very clear message, that if we're hanging on to that revolving door and we're not actually reassessing, saying, okay, well, this works today and tomorrow it may not work, and be open to something else working, then damage will begin to happen. So over the weekend, though, again, we will shift and things will become a little bit more settled. This is the ideal time, though, over the weekend to use your communication skills. You know, the ones that you should have been working on, because we've been saying that since the beginning of 2021, actually. Communication. It's the thing of the future. The way that you express yourself, the way that you express yourself to yourself. It's also, over the weekend, it's also going to provide some vital energy for you to focus on one subject at a time, rather than sort of riding the surface of all of your subjects, like maybe it's your relationships, maybe it's your relationship with yourself. Maybe it's your career, or you making decisions, or you being clear about what you want to decide, about what you want your future to be. Like these, we sometimes get so vast in what we see as problems that we don't focus on one area at a time. This energy will help us to do that. It will help us to focus on one area so that we can become very self-mastered. Ooh, that's the key here, right? From now until October is all about self-mastery. Honestly, you can't obtain self-mastery if you try to avoid the depths of who you are. And that's a big message too. So beginning of next week, however, you will be easily distracted because the energies are coming in to sort of disrupt and disturb yourself. And with that kind of energy, we can easily be distracted. All right. So flow with the distraction, be easy on yourself, and find one thing, just one thing that you flow easily with. This is how you use that disruptive kind of distracting kind of energy, is just focus on that one thing that you can flow with, no matter what kind of disruption or what kind of distraction can try to pull you off stream. So maybe it's your intuition. Maybe that's the one thing that you can always count on. You trust yourself, like you're just right on all the time. Flow with that, like use that as your grounding point. See how that works? No matter what kind of disruption comes in, no matter what kind of energy comes in to try to pull us off track, like find that one thing, the one thing that you can hold on to, and it won't be able to pull you off track. So that's moving into next week. So that starts coming in around Saturday-ish. You'll feel a little bit distracted, but then come Monday, you'll be like, oh, what is this? All right. So wanted to let you know, though, that my Seek program begins on May 5th. And I would love to have you in that program. It is life-changing. If you need testimonials, like I have people that have gone through that program and have just been, like their entire lives have changed. And it's been very easy. It's not like it's been a huge disruptive kind of thing. That's not how I work. We try to flow through things, and then all of a sudden you explode into the world of who you're supposed to be. So that's what Seek is, and it starts on May 5th, so I'd love for you to join. You can find all of my information on my website at www.angelablaha.com. Until next week, I hope you have the most amazing week, and I hope that this energy forecast helps. And if it does help you, please share it with the world, because we all deserve to flow. This is Angela Blaha signing off from the cosmos.